Hi. Hi. I hurt my finger. It's fine. Hi. Hello. Welcome.
Bam's Hark says Bam's Hark will be doing most of the talking today.
I gotta move this. Wait. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Is the music loud on purpose? Oh no, is it loud? I thought I turned it down enough. Hold on. How's that?
Bam's Hark says yeah, this is the MMMMM. Bam's Hark says extra M for March. Bam's Hark says voices. You know. Bam's Hark says the fifth one was for Minecraft. Bam's Hark says anyway this is MMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMMM Bams Hark says, oh, I hope nothing attacks me in Minecraft. Bams Hark says you don't like Bams Hark's voice. Bams Hark says this isn't good enough for you. Bams Hark says hey all.
Yeah.
Bams Hark says VVVVVVVVVVVV. Bams Hark says this is gonna be awkward, so bear with me. Bams Hark says first submission. Bams Hark says I'm trying to 100% Fallout New Vegas, and listen to Skrillex again. Bams Hark says Skrillex in 2026. Bams Hark says wow. Bams Hark says good luck with New Vegas as well. Bams Hark says I didn't ask how you guys are. Bams Hark says happy Sunday. Bams Hark says yes, I am doing this for my voice. Bams Hark says I can't stop playing Pokemon Picapia. Bams Hark says Picapia is quite fun. I can't blame you. Bams Hark says mime would be funny. Bams Hark says Picapia. Bams Hark says Pocopia. Bams Hark says Pocopia. Bams Hark says Pocopia. Bams Hark says Pocopia.
Got it.
Bams Hark says this one will be more of a challenge, get ready. Bams Hark says Shadow Hearts, Covenant, video game series. This series takes place during and shortly after WW1 and inserts the supernatural into things like demons and undead such as vampires. Covenant's story is about the machinations of the Vatican and a retelling of Bams Hark says historical figures such as Rasputin and the Romanovs. But the thing I find most interesting is the combat. The ring system, when you attack a small needle moves around a disc and you simply press the button when the needle is over the sweet spot. It's high. Bams Hark says highly customizable, allowing any combination of 1 to 5 areas to hit, making the sweet spot smaller in exchange for more damage. Or dealing more damage, but if you miss one of the spots your character won't attack at all. It's a straightforward, easy to learn. Bams Hark says but hard to master mechanic I've not seen any other game do. P.S. It contains Geppetto and his puppet. Bams Hark says sounds neat. Bam's Hark says I couldn't absorb any of that while frantically trying to copy and paste it. Bam's Hark says the premise reminds me of Helsing. Bam's Hark says also scared of the puppet. Bam's Hark says hello, it's going great. Bam's Hark says I have no relation to anyone in Helsing. Bam's Hark says oh that's fun. Bam's Hark says small profits, TV, a magical realist happy sad comedy. The word I keep reaching for is cozy, but that doesn't feel right. It's not the coziness of wrapping you in a cloying positivity. Characters carry sadness and frustration throughout their very mundane L. Bam's Hark says lives. What's cozy is that despite this, and the drab urban environments, and the heartless retail job, it still manages to find wonder and human connection and moments of magic that feel real and earned. Sometimes these make you laugh, sometimes you just. Bam's Hark says smile. Left me feeling better about the world for a few weeks. 3 hours in total and I highly recommend it. Bam's Hark says need. Bam's Hark says I don't think I ever heard of this. Bam's Hark says could I? Bam's Hark says oh no, I see. Bam's Hark says yes, sounds like a good optimistic time. Finding the good in the garbage. Bam's Hark says we also have. Bam's Hark says Unreal, Grime, the game the engine is named for. This shooter from 1998 is really good at vibes. More than any FPS of this era, it immerses you in a lush colorful alien world. High cliffs, bright blue waterfalls, crashed spaceships next to stone cop. Bam's Hark says castles, twisty levels with signs of past explorers. It really feels revolutionary after being immersed in the wave of more arcadey shooters before it, while still having the large complex levels that would go away after Half-Life. Just a shame the combat. Bam's Hark says is not the best and it goes on too long. It could have been one of the greats. Bam's Hark says well that sounds neat. Bam's Hark says lush colorful alien world is exciting. Bam's Hark says hello. Bam's Hark says I've never played any of them old shooty games. Bam's Hark says that's the kind of project I always find interesting but can't commit to myself. Bam's Hark says onto. Bam's Hark says Ultros, v Deltagam, a very pleasant Metroidvania that surprised me with the direction it went. On its surface it's a space ninja sci-fi action-focused game, but when you actually play you slowly realize that it's a gardening game. The main way to tackle puzzles, Bam's Hark says, is by planting and taking care unique plants that all have different characteristics to let you get through the world. And the soundtrack too is simply phenomenal, led by clarinets, cellos, and the occasional sax. The music leads you through areas backed by. Bam's Hark says an incredibly enchanting score. Highly recommend giving this ecology Metroidvania a whirl. Bam's Hark says I own this and it has moved up my priorities now. Bam's Hark says that sounds so cool. Bam's Hark says that's all it takes for me. Bam's Hark says we also have. Bam's Hark says Slime Rancher 2, Slime, the game with the most cuteness per square cute I played. Exploring the magical island and just having a cat blob and a honey blob jumping at your face with big happy smiles just doesn't get old. Very cute lil guys. Bam's Hark says Slime Rancher has had a sequel for a while now, I think. Bam's Hark says okay. Steam says last year. Bam's Hark says but I thought it was around longer than that. Bam's Hark says ranch dressing. Bam's Hark says Ablin B. Litlark. Bam's Hark says good evening. Bam's Hark says oh ew. Bam's Hark says hello. Bam's Hark says no. Bam's Hark says I've recently rewatched the cinematic masterpiece House Shark that's about a man who lives in a house for sale that is invaded by a rare breed of shark. He enlists the help of a man in lederhosen and totally not Abraham Lincoln to hunt it down. The movie. Bam's Hark says features professional acting that's on par with Citizen Kane, and visual effects and puppets that are so realistically real, you would believe the shark and water is in your very living room. The budget for the special effects must have been at least $500. Bam's Hark says seriously though, the whole movie feels similar to a very long Whitest Kids You Know skit, and I adore how over the top and low budget it is. Such a fun, dumb movie. Bam's Hark says house shark. That thing I'll never be. Bam's Hark says bar sideways because space. Bam's Hark says no, I'm an apartment shark. Bam's Hark says sounds like a masterpiece worth checking out. Bam's Hark says nobody said home, they said house. Bam's Hark says ain't no house. Bam's Hark says this one will be interesting. Bam's Hark says Hajar Binks Bizarro Adventure, Stealing the Running Ball Haven T finished part 6, I'm just letting y'alls know part 7 came out already, heard it's pretty good. Fun fact, did you know part 7 was heavily inspired by Musume, that's why horses were involved. Bam's Hark says I know Chief loves JJKs and Musume, so why not give this a shot? 10/10 Who's your favorite JoJo antagonist, Chief? Bam's Hark says Dio.
What?
Bam's Hark says Dio.
Okay.
Bam's Hark says but also, Musume. Bams Hark says I still haven't seen the start of part 7. I also haven't been watching more of part 5. Bams Hark says hold on, Windows is trying to assault me. Bams Hark says okay. Bams Hark says there's an Andy up there. Bams Hark says Evelyn B. Litlark CHS Audible Karaoke. It happened a few months ago. Chief did a karaoke stream, it was wonderful, absolute cinema. 10/10 I know Chief loves karaoke streams and has been secretly singing her throat out while showering, so why not give it an? Bams Hark says other shot. Bams Hark says well. Bams Hark says yeah. You know me. So much shower singing. Bams Hark says that's my secret. Bams Hark says that's why my voice is always hurt. Bams Hark says I've been caught. Bams Hark says let's go for a rain check on Rap God. Bams Hark says actually last night in the shower I did come up with a little song. I didn't sing it. Bams Hark says but one day. Bams Hark says I stole Open Nyanor from someone else, I can't do that. Bams Hark says I actually thought about trying to learn Vocaloid recently. Bams Hark says but I think I could sing this, when the time comes. Bams Hark says Breaking Bad? I don't know, I just heard another streamer say it. Bams Hark says anyway it's pain time. Bams Hark says Twilight movie / lifestyle. I'd never given much thought to how I would experience Twilight. But watching it drunk at my place next to someone I love seems like a good way to go. I can barely find the words. Edward looks like he's constipated for half the MOV. Bams Hark says and confused for the other half. I don't know if Bella knows she's sapient for the entire duration. Why did they lean into that color grading so hard? What the heck was up with that baseball scene? I can't believe this is what had all the girls freaking OU. Bams Hark says out nearly 20 years ago. I'm absolutely hooked. I'll see you guys again after I've experienced the CGI horror baby. Bams Hark says wow. Bams Hark says have fun with the rest. Bams Hark says how was New Moon? Bams Hark says nah, CGI baby was essential. Bams Hark says not the Azamr dude. Bams Hark says were the horts worth it, though? Bams Hark says horts. Bams Hark says Bams Hark says J orts. Bams Hark says gorts. Bams Hark says well. Bams Hark says Bams Hark is anti-horts. Bams Hark says good luck with your Halloween costume. Bams Hark says Sushi Ben Vibe Jo Gam anime style indie game where you help a small town that's slowly being bought up by evil real estate agents. Originally released as a VR game, but now playable on controller. Basically a bunch of fun mini games while you explore the T. Bams Hark says the town and meet all the quirky characters. Just a fun OL time, would recommend. Bams Hark says I think this has been on my wish list forever. Bams Hark says seems cool. Bams Hark says I remember the art being fun. Bams Hark says completely voiced is quite a bonus. Noted. Bams Hark says here we go with. Bams Hark says Beastars, anime set in a world with anthropomorphic animals. The story follows a grey wolf named Legoshi, who falls in love with a dwarf rabbit after almost eating her. Throughout the show he tries to find out if he actually loves the rabbit or just wants. Bams Hark says to eat her. I've been watching Beastars since it first released and I was initially against watching a CGI furry anime, but I was pleasantly surprised by how good it was. The characters are lovable, the music is excellent, and the CGI animation is actually. Bams Hark says great and not an abomination, thank you Studio Orange. The show's greatest strength is the world the author, Haruo Tagaki, created. I feel like if there was an anthro-animal society, it would look similar to how it's depicted in Beastars, Black Market THA. Bams Hark says that sells meat, gangs to keep the underground world in check, and large carnivores having to take medicine to suppress their urges, etc. The anime ended recently and even though the final season could have been better, I still enjoyed it. Would have liked. Bams Hark says to see side characters get more screen time and proper conclusions, but the stuff with the main characters was good and I was satisfied with the ending, it was sweet. Bams Hark says from where I left off with the show, I have no idea how they make it to a satisfying ending. That's good to hear. Bams Hark says not Vento Oreo gonna Furry. Bams Hark says no. Bams Hark says at least Studio Orange gets some things right. Bams Hark says looking at Trigun. Bams Hark says anyway, glad they managed to end it nicely. Bams Hark says oh. Bams Hark says Trigun. Bams Hark says Trigun. Bams Hark says don't try gun. Bams Hark says only try gun. Bams Hark says next up is. Bams Hark says The Dark Eye aka Edgar Allan Poe's interactive horror, 1995 edition, video game, a point-and-click adventure from the 90s that got a recent re-release on Steam. Originally released as The Dark Eye, they had to change the name because the current copyright. Bams Hark says Holder is a German role-playing game series. The game adapts some of Poe's most popular works, allowing you to play from the perspectives of both victim and perpetrator, and does so with lovingly crafted FMVs of claymation models. It also features voice war. Bams Hark says by the author William S. Burroughs, who is a better writer than actor. As a game, it's kinda clunky and buggy, but as a guy who really likes the cask of Amontillado, it hits the mark. Bams Hark says this sounds neat. Bam's Hark says the Nighter. Bam's Hark says oh you can say that, huh. Bam's Hark says I didn't see a lot of images for it in a quick search but it sounds neat. Bam's Hark says Hark might struggle with this. Bam's Hark says only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. Oscar Wilde, a booklet collecting many biting and humorous quotes of Wilde regarding a variety of topics, including his perception of art, his love of music, British people, and their lack of intelligence or inte. Bam's Hark says interest as perceived by him, norms of society, marriage, women, some thoughts regarding the time he was in jail, his self-perceived brilliance and a few others. Often witty and funny, it makes for a fine read, and you find some ideas that could still appl. Bam's Hark says apply to current modern life. Bam's Hark says good stuff. I read a bit more of Dorian yesterday, finally. Not sure I've ever read any of his other work. Bam's Hark says that Andy is still just chillin'. Bam's Hark says he wants to hear the good word of Hark. Bam's Hark says yes, just like Oscar Wilde, you're all G. Bam's Hark says Les Vacances de Monsieur Hulot, film, 1953, a black and white comedy slash slapstick French movie directed by and starring Jacques Tati, which is considered to have been one of the great inspirations for the character and show, Mr. Bean. It stars the titular Mons. Bam's Hark says Monsieur Hulot as he goes on a beach vacation, and records all the humorous situations resulting from his presence and actions when interacting with other guests and the staff of the hotel he's staying at. The movie has sound, but it very much has the spiry. Bam's Hark says spirit of a silent comedy, all slapstick and absurdity with dialogue being merely incidental. A nice way of spending some 90 minutes. Bam's Hark says fun. Bam's Hark says why does Hark know French? Bam's Hark says French. Bam's Hark says French. Bam's Hark says hotel humor sounds fun. Bam's Hark says French. Bam's Hark says French. Bam's Hark says Hark loves French fries. Bam's Hark says entree. Bam's Hark says that is pretty whimsical. Bam's Hark says that was the last entry for today. Bam's Hark says thank you everyone. Bam's Hark says I'm going to take a quick break before we look at bingo.
Have food. Will make it hard to type. We might let Hark take a break for a minute. Oh man, we could do more. Oh, I have a Frosty again. Vampire game, no. What's that about? That was the noise of the spoon. That was spoon retrieval sound. Cold. Okay. A bingo time. Bingo. Bingo. Actually, let me move this since we don't need Hark right now. Wait, Parlor that was slain and reborn. So Castlevania. There we are. The bongos. The bingo bongo banjo. Hunting for the reincarnation of the person that killed him. That's fun. I know, I love the Brango? No, it's too late for that. That was morning time. Oh god, what have I done? Oh jeez, what have I done? These ones, there we go. The anime Highlander. Isn't Highlander also not an anime? Am I thinking something different? Highlander non-anime. Okay, I thought so. Deal break. Alright, bingo. Yum. And hey. Many Highlander films as well as TV shows. Okay, I thought so. I didn't know there was an anime. Wow, it hurts to talk. George's website has a repository of all his book covers. Oh. That's fine. Wait. What notes did we give the artist? PS1 look at dog. Like, what, how did they? Okay. Cute and terrifying bug. Congrats on finishing volume 1 of Marks. How long is it? How long is all of that? How's Baby Steps going? I've been watching because I've been watching Markiplier play it, but I got kind of curious and I've looked into it a bit more, and I keep coming back to it every now and then to I have like an all cutscenes video I'm chipping away at and like some secrets and stuff. There's a lot in there. It's neat. Volume 1 is 700 pages. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're gonna be reading that for the rest of your life. Congrats. Yeah, Baby Steps is a lot. It intrigues me. I could never play it, of course. Really chill. Yeah, it seems really chill. It has a very, very particular sense of humor. The jokes land. My favorite thing about it is how you can tell that they were trying really hard not to laugh every time they were recording the scenes. All of the like bits of dialogue where like they're cracking up through their lines is so funny. I should get a heart though, not too cool about the main guy like it could be. Yeah, I've gotten that sense even though I've not like seen the whole thing all the way through yet. Yeah, I did read that some of it is actually improv. Because most of the characters are voiced by Bennett Foddy. And then I don't remember his name. But Bennett Foddy would like improv some of the lines so that he would have like genuine reactions. I'm trying to give myself where bad stuff happens. And also happening, so George puts out 2 more books. Well. Yeah, the guy from Getting Over It, yeah. He made this game along with a few other people. Baby Steps is a cool one. I kind of wish I could play it, honestly. It's one of those where like my hands would absolutely not in a million years permit it. But if I could, I would actually pick it up. It might be the humor would be kind of odd for stream. It's definitely a little bit outside of the usual content of the stream. But your hands start to ache after about 2 hours. Yeah, it's kind of demanding. We had fun with No Man's Sky also. Hello. What's my Bramble reaction like? Oh, cool. That's so old. I still think about Bramble though. I liked that game a lot. I hope you're having a good day too. Thank you. Usual Star's been our preferred brand. Yeah, it's a little outside the usual unusual. I don't even know if I can like describe. It has a censorship setting. Does that start to do it? Do I like Bramble? So sure, why not? Yeah, there's a nudity toggle. So, oh yeah, how's Jane going? I hope that's good. Some cutscenes didn't seem too bad. Okay, after playing for hours, realized the moon was a butt. Just like a visual novel then. Yeah, sure. Oh man. But yeah, that's baby steps for a lot of reasons. I don't think it could make it to the stream, but it intrigues me. What is? Okay. Do I do any reacting on Twitch? I do not. No, I don't. I'm not on Twitch at all. I technically have a Twitch account, but I do not do anything with it. I'm reaching for Robin Rushing now, Marks. Fair enough. Oh, I've been thinking of reading Camus. Not The Stranger. It was The Plague I was looking at. I thought I would like it. I don't know much about The Stranger. But very neat. I hope Reanimal was fun. Oh my god. Oh. That's worse than me. That's worse than me. Congrats. You've won an award for your hard drives being worse than mine. Hello. Oh, this is that one. What is this? I can't read that. I have over 100 gigabytes against quite a lot. Is it a lot? Mmm. 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 Epic indeed. Excellent. Remember when it was quite a lot? Yeah, that's not so much anymore. There's games bigger than that. But very fun stuff. Very fun. Or tabs. There's a fair bit of JoJo in here. We've got going across parts. I like it. I like it. Good to see. Let's see what else we got. We got Transformers and Transformers and Transformers and Transformers and Transformers and Transformers and Transformers. Okay. Neat. I think he might like Transformers. Just maybe. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about the Transformers. That's a good song. Oh yeah, I saw that I keep getting commercials for this movie. I hope it's pretty good. I've heard the book is good. Bedrock of modern construction. What was that about Transformers? Well, here's some Transformers and some Transformers and some Transformers. I don't know anything about Transformers, guys. I'm gonna be real, I saw the Michael Bay movies back in the day. That's all I got. Literally all I got. Not quite my jam. Not quite where I go, you know. I tried to set my Frosty down on my towel. That don't work. I like the Ryan Gosling space movie. Emotional manipulation rock puppet worked on you. No Transformers yet. Gundam curious. Is that curious? Is that curious? Worst iteration of the franchise? I'm sure it was, yeah. Not my jam. Okay. I mean, I can look at the rest of it and know that I have no interest in it. You guys know me. What about Transformers would interest me? What part of this seems like it's my kind of thing? Big Robot. I'm such a... You guys know me. Big Robot is my favorite thing in the whole world. Transformers. Alright, well, anyway, that's all of those. We got Seven Samurai, that's fun. We got JoJo on another adventure. It's a good pick for that one. Some of them are small robot. They're still robot. Some of... What? What? Can you try that one again for me? The over of the massive car robots had blonde hair. I don't know if it would, man. They're still car robots. Pop Goes the Weasel, very good. Epic. Me? Oh, there was the game launcher. Great. Lots of Mass Effect 3 in here. Oh, my poor teeth. We got Final Fantasy 9. I've always had my eye on that one. It seems fun. Other things they transform into, like jets and a boombox. Wow, my two other favorite things behind cars. Jets and boombox. There's gotta be some humans in the Transformers anime, right? Or just all robots? I think it's all robots. Might be a remake of it coming out. Oh. Okay. Sure. The bottom right box is slightly concerning, but it's fine, I'm sure. What if they were instead woodland spirits that transformed into books and assorted paraphernalia? Then you'd have my attention. I could get behind that, perhaps. Depends, though. Yeah, cassette player that transformed into a toy robot, how cool is that? I mean, that's neat, I suppose. Maybe next time Optimus will transform into a good movie. Dang, there are people? Wow. I thought it was just, it's Shia LaBeouf in those movies, right? And Megan Fox. I thought they were the only Transformers people. I'm sure bookformers would not sell, yeah. Oh, they go to Earth, though. Do they stomp on people? Let's see what else we got. Boop. This one's a little more ditto-ful. They stomp out high tax rates and run for office. Oh. Huh. Interesting. I should not be on your TV? Bugs. Whoa, it's a different kind of bugs. Or is your local Walmart just, bad? I like this rock, that's a good rock. This is that one show that's popular when we're bugged out. I see. We got Ultros up there. We got Slime Rancher. We got- wait, you didn't actually get a bingo. There's no- It's fine. It counts anyway. Something seems off about that rock. What do you mean? In what way? Looks perfectly fine to me. You only let bugs work at the mart. It's actually why it was so urgent to save me. Is it because I'm not a bug, or is it because I'm... You put this on the wrong square. You put this one on the wrong square. There's... You could have put it over here. You could have put it, here even. You could have put it up here. Or here. Here even. There's so many places you could have put this that are more fitting than horror. I don't understand. I don't, It's not exactly where it belongs. You've made a mistake. The thriller box has an invisible horror movie villain in it. Oh, the invisible makes it suspense. Okay, okay. Okay. They do look like they'd be pals, yeah. Up here we have this in a more fitting location. Here we we've had Twilight infiltrate several of you this month apparently. Most curious. But cuneiform. I was hoping that was a subtitle. Is this about like how to read it actually? Or into wolves and vampires? Perhaps. Yeah, someone else is watching Twilight this month of this year. You're not alone. Oh, Spy Family still going strong, cute, good. I read a good chunk of Spy Family back when it first was taken off. and I liked it. General history. I see. We got Deep Rock. We got Higurashi. Oh boy. We got Supermarket Together. I've seen a little bit of that. It seems like a time. It seemed a little too maybe it depends on how many people you have playing, but from what I saw, it seems a little bit too chory. It seemed like it felt too chory and not like goofy enough. I don't know. We also got Factorio. In an abandoned city Minecraft map with dinos. Cool. Cool. Let's see what we got down here. I'm zooming in too far. We got Nichijou. I love Nichijou, man. We got the Epic Bam Souls. We got American Gothic. That's a fun Gothic pick. I was gonna treat Epic as the genre and put Lord of the Rings in that square. I've decided to put Bam Souls instead. Hey, Lord of the Rings still fits fine in fantasy. I hope that's going fun for ya. Is Pink Floyd pop? I have not watched any of City, no. You think I watch anime? Bold of you. The other day I was on the phone with my mom. And she goes, you know what it's what do they call it? Do you know what a K-pop vampire hunter is? I went, yeah, I guess. It was quite a moment. So it was pop rock. Okay, close enough then. I think it was like nominated for an award or something, and that's why she saw it. But it was just, she did not. She wanted to know what it was. I was like, I don't know. It's what it looks like. I don't know. Are the vampires K-pop or the hunters? Well, it's actually demons. It's actually demons. And I think the hunters are the K-pop and not the demons, but maybe the demons are also K-pop. I'm not the person to ask. As my mom learned, I think. I'm not the one to inquire about this with. The demons are J-pop. It won the Oscars for Best Anime Movie and Best Original Song. Oh, that would be why she heard of it then. Yeah. Are the demons the idol industry execs? Woof. Woof. Alright. Just a little bit more bingo. Let's do this one first. We got part 7. We got Twilight. We got Bam Souls in horror. We got. Wait! Did you watch them out of order? What's this? Huh? Okay. We got Crimson Desert. I hope that's going well. I saw that the Steam reviews for that have turned around quite a bit from where they were on launch day. It's looking much better. People who have actually played it for more than an hour like it a lot more. We got Meet the Bat Wheels. Okay. Grab the wrong poster. Oh, couldn't distinguish which movie was which. Okay, that's, you know, that's fine, I suppose. Anyone's just polarizing. Some people are really into. Yeah, I was curious about it. It still might be something I pick up one day. Like cake, no. Desert. No Crimson Dessert could be a fun game. We could do. Somebody should make that game. Got Enshrouded. Is Enshrouded one of them survival building ones? Oh my god. They're also a demon. Whoa. Think about Witcher 3 that it looked like so much. And it does is up with so many more mechanics. Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like it might be. I don't know. I watched trailers for it now, and it seems like it'd be fun to run around in. But also, it doesn't. I can't say it like looks good to me. Like I think it looks bad, but in a way that it'd still be fun. You know. But oh my god! Oh no! What's this? It's been Marvellous Modding Monthly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh dear. Running around is what people like. Yeah. Uncharted is one of them survival builder gems. Poker flies into areas twice as level while I build up the town. Oh, lovely, lovely fun. If you couldn't tell that this was Bloopy's bingo. We love a good spreadsheet, though. We love a good spreadsheet. Take a look at the modding thread afterward to see how hard we were cooking. Oh, I will. Wonder what gave it away. Well, I mean, okay. There's no Monster Hunter on here, so how was anybody gonna know? Until now. How would anybody have known it was yours because there was no Monster Hunter on it? Anyway, we had a slow, busy month over here. But we had some time for good gaming. For Core Keeper. For Jujutsu Kaisen. For JoJo Part 6. For Free Run again. Such a lackluster bingo. But that's okay because there's also the Bohemian Bamina Biennial. Bamina 2026. Got to put cross-stitching under thriller. We got the BAM go across the top. We got a lot. Historical. These are not all 2026, no. Well, see, this is historical, so it's from before that. I know, these are some throwbacks from... We watched the JoJo OVA. We got... Oh my god, the manga recommendation stream. Oh my god. Not the old city. I don't think that's that mysterious. Western. Sci-fi because it never happened. You know what? Maybe we can all just collectively pretend it never happened. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. That was a tragedy. Oh my god, we got drawing Shanks. We got that time I drew Shanks. Mystery of how the devil... Good. We have my karaoke. That goes fishing. Didn't know that was the name of the painting. That do be that one. I'm curious about just being number 3 specifically of my first Lies of P playthrough. First? That's probably the first one, right? Fear, horror, death, and the supernatural, so you put tab again. Take a guess as to why that specific one is there. Is this the one where I reached a certain boss? Because that seems too fast. Episode 3? Those must have been long streams. Yeah. I don't want to think about those streams. I don't want to know what they were like. Oh, right at the end. Pain. Pain. Could have had Hitman on there too. Man. We used to do some fun streams around here. What happened? What happened? But anyway, that was bingo. Oh, it's trying to save. It's trying to auto-save. Okay. The horror space app. Is that it? Alright, let me bring you guys the... Dang it, why is it not? Why do you hate me? Why does this... Why does it not... Oh, that is absolute cinema overlaid. Okay, it's gonna flicker for a second, hold on. Okay, no, it didn't. It's fine. I have to readjust it because it doesn't... It's supposed to have like set zoom levels that it goes to, but it messes up. Okay. Shield your eyes before the might of the new bingo card. Is bright and pastel and springy. It's the Springo. It's the happy-go-lucky Springo. So seasonal. So thrilling. There it is. We got good stuff in here. Yo, Springo bingo. Springo bingo. Springo bingo. I did put horror in the same spot. You know, I shuffle these every time. That's pure chance that it ended up there again. That must mean it belongs there. So you got all of your spring staples like flowers and pastel, cute, sun, potato. Yeah. That was all of those. That's our new bingo. I'll get that posted. Mine too, favorite. Absolutely the best. Alright. Eating keeps me from talking a lot at once. Now it's time for my month. I I clicked save. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Now it's time for my month. It was a lovely month. This is still not framed properly. It was such an exciting month. We did so much with the marathon. And was that bad for me? Maybe, but it's okay. It's okay. I tried out Rain World and that didn't go so good. I tried out Shadow Gambit and that was fun. We played Chef, which was okay. Do you like the song Hearing Damage from New Moon? I don't know, I don't remember that. It's okay because we're worth it. Well, that says you. Yeah, Shadow Gambit was right before the marathon. We also finished Demon Souls this month. I doomed. Because right before the song Memory Loss. We played Mario Kart. We started Lies of P again. We finally finished Xenoblade Chronicles 3, a thing I didn't think I was going to do. And, I don't regret it at all. Well, so Bam, you feel the power of Melvins? Yes. Definitely have felt that, yeah. We played Routine, which was wonderful. Except those parts where it wasn't as wonderful, but it was still really good. Even though I think the story could have been executed better. Would you regretted it? If the picture that shall not be named did not exist? No. No, I wouldn't regret it. It still wouldn't have been like an amazing time, but I would not regret it. If I didn't have to see that picture. So, there is that. I remember hearing damage being played during some sort of montage in the movie, but could not tell you what happened during it. Yeah, if I know this song, I don't recall it at all. That's the photo. Stop making me think about it. I don't want to think about it anymore. Feels like there should have been more games, but this was all the games. That's terrible. That's terrible. I think my Catboy version of the end of 15 was way better. Oh, we have just a few books. We have just a few books here. Where to begin? Where to begin? I read 3 or 4 chapters of One Piece. Everybody clap. Everybody clap. I read 3 or 4 chapters of One Piece this month. Thank you. Thank you. We inch ever closer to the thing happening. I already know the thing is going to happen. I did not finish all of these books this month. These are just books I have read at least some of this month. Complete the monthly goal so you can finish reading more one. These are not books that I read in their entirety this month. I think I finished like 2 or 3 books this month. Where's Moby steam powered? Did I make this joke last month? I think you did. I did not find the One Piece. I have not read enough of One Piece to find it myself yet. I did leave Hollow Knight out of that. I did leave Hollow Knight out on purpose. I saw it and I was like, we don't need to conclude this. It doesn't need to be here. Let's start with the dropped box. There were a few books that I gave a try to on my e-reader this month. Actually, one of these is not on my e-reader, but a couple of books that I tried out on my e-reader and I decided they weren't for me. So that was Death Angel's Shadow, which is part of the Kane series, which I had never touched and I don't think I will touch it again. It was fine. It was totally fine. There was nothing really bad or wrong with it. It just wasn't enough to really keep me in it. But it was alright. I tried out the Black Company, which I just did not care for it. It was not quite my speed of thing. And I finally gave up on Assassin's Apprentice. I read like half of it. And then it got to the point where I just went, this is not doing enough for me. I'm gonna go. The Black Company, it's really hard for me to tell you what it is because the whole time I was reading it, I felt like I was missing out on a lot of context. They just kind of go. And I was like, so there's some... They're the big, bad, tough, cool men who are the people who protect somebody in the city, or they protect some part of this city, and their riots start, and then there's a monster also that breaks out, and I really don't know. It's really hard, like, it's just kind of things happening. It's hard to, I don't know, I didn't care for it. I know a lot of people like it, but I don't think this is for me. Anyway, yeah, Assassin's Apprentice, I just wasn't feeling it enough. It felt like not, I don't know, it just wasn't doing enough that caught me, you know? It just felt really slow also. Like, I got halfway through it and I was like, can we move? Can we be doing more? I don't know. And I'm not one for like fast-paced books, right? But this just felt like it dragged. Like your 4-year-old nephew just grabbing a dreamy. Yeah, it's very slow. And not in a way that I could get into. Fantasy Blackwater is working for the evil emperor, then end up betraying him. Yeah, okay, yeah, that. I had Clash of Kings on my list for this month. I don't remember when I read that this month. It had to be really early in the month because I've not read it recently. But apparently I read some of it. Do I have a favorite One Piece cover so far? No, I've read 57.5 volumes of One Piece and I do not have enough of a distinct memory of all the covers to pick a favorite. What a company that downsizes until they're out of the red. Sure. I read the first couple chapters of All the Seas of the World, which was fine, and I might read more of it. It's one I picked up from the library, so I just kind of tried it out, and I'll probably just return it to the library and maybe pick it up on my e-reader at some point to continue. It was alright. It didn't like immediately captivate me or anything, but I'd keep reading more of it. But definitely not one where I'm like, ooh, I need to own this right now, or read it immediately or anything. What's Talk Research About has a pretty cool cover. That's my 17th century Dutch painting book that I'm reading. I heard about Kate but Can't Get a Reading one. He's like, it's really historically inspired fantasy. So that's set in like, I don't know, I guess like the Mediterranean-ish, but it's loosely just separated from reality. Like there's fantasy elements and everything has different names and the map is slightly different, but it's very clearly inspired by the society and cultures and geography of that area. I don't know. It was art. It was. I might read more of it, and I'll tell you more at that point if I do. But that's kind of the main. That's kind of the thing that he's really into. Very Pokemon region map flip, yeah. I'm about halfway through Wizardiversity, which is going fine. It's going fine. I hear that it picks up more in the later books. I don't know how to describe it because it's not that there's anything bad about it. It's also written for a younger audience. So there's like a level of simplicity to it that maybe pulls me out of it some, but it also has this feeling like I don't know how to put it. I want to say like a what's the word I want? What's the word I want? Like I don't have it. I don't know. No, I don't want to say like not. I mean, shallow is maybe a too negatively inflected way to put it, but maybe what do I want? It you know the feeling of like a story that's being told, like I don't want to say fable. My brain keeps giving me fable, and I don't know if that's exactly right, but it's got that like glossing kind of quality to it, where we're just kind of chugging along. It doesn't have a novel feel to it. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it moves very fast. And there's a lot of moments where we're just narrating that things are progressing, instead of, like, being in the moments of things progressing. It feels like shallow is a way to put it, but I don't want to, like, say it negatively like that, because I think that, like, this is what she was going for. It just doesn't click for me as much as something that feels more lived in, I guess. But I do want to keep reading it, and I do want to read the other books and see how it changes over time. Not grounded, distant, mythological. Yeah, like that kind of mythological, distant feel to it, yeah. Yeah. There's not enough dark soul. Gotta try to win sometime. Yeah, I've read her book on writing, and I read The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas. I think that's the whole title. And that was crazy. It's a very short story, and that was quite an experience. And you can see on the left there, I'm also reading another one of hers that's a collection of various like lectures and essays and stuff of hers on writing. I think she has a lot of ideas that I can get behind, but I think Wizardiversity is maybe not the heaviest hitting introduction to her novels for me. It is really well written though. It's very smooth to read. It reads very, very nice, but I finished the second Corum book. I finished Queen of Swords. It was okay. So far I don't like Corum as much as I did Elric. It's okay. It has moments, but I don't like it quite as much. I haven't started the third one yet. I think there's 6 in total. But there might be more of other ones, I don't know exactly. Still chipping away at Dorian. I just read the chapter where we kind of skip ahead in time a bit. We spend pages and pages listing all of the gems and paintings and embroidery and tapestries and stuff that he's really into, and I went, cool. Does it feel like Once and Future King at all? Also a bit of a children's story released early on. No. No, Once and Future King felt very down to earth and lived in. And this does not feel even slightly like that. No, I would say it's very, very different. A story in about Picture of Dorian Gray is about this dashing young man and his painter friend who paints him, and this other guy who is terrible and gets this idea in Dorian's head and leads him to ruin his life. But the whole thing is that he wishes that the painting would age and show the wear of time instead of him, and then that happens, and so it like allows him to feel justified, like ruining his entire life and just descending further and further into nonsense. I'm really surprised you've not heard of this. He descends into decadence and extravagance under the influence of this one terrible dude and his ideas about the world. But he never physically changes and just watches the painting degrade over time instead. That's what it's about. It's very good. And I'm reading the uncensored version. When Oscar Wilde originally sent it to his publisher, they went, "Oh no, we can't publish that. Oh." And they made a lot of changes to remove the offending content. And then it was published again later in a version that Wilde had himself edited more and also made longer. So I'm reading the original one that he wrote. We're trying to learn from Old King Doran. Not the fitness manosphere. Yeah, that's a picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. It's great. I've been reading more of Gormenghast. That's going good. There is a plot now. For a while there wasn't really anything happening. But things are happening now. It's wild. Okay, The Gay Science is a philosophy book. Yep. The introduction told me that the gay science is like poetry. That it's referring to poetry and it's referring to like a particular period or style from centuries before that I don't have the full context of. But it's like a mode of thought and poetry, I think. I still have not read more of it, actually. I haven't read much because because hands. But it's good so far. Gays and happy, yes. Some cowards translate the title as The Joyful Science, even though he very explicitly called it the gay science. I finished reading the Mary Oliver collection, Devotions, which was very good. She writes wonderful stuff. Highly recommend Mary Oliver if you want to read about nature and stuff. Very good stuff about I don't know, mindfulness and personal experiences with nature and how to live in the world. Moby's going good. I wasn't reading Moby for a bit because of my hands. I'm still not halfway through. What did I just read? I know I read the chapter about... Oh, I just read another chapter about trying to convince the average reader about the threat that a whale can pose, because he goes on to describe how whales can be tracked and hunted down specifically, and then he wants to really make sure that the story of Moby Dick is credible, and that you understand that this is not a fantasy and that this is entirely plausible, that these things could happen. And so he talked a bit about various whale attacks and encounters with whales that other sailors have had, or that he has in the future. So that's going great. Still love it. Wonderful book, that one. Well, I don't think the kids and wives are in danger of the whales. I think very specifically they're the ones not in danger of whale trouble. I finished my food now, so I don't have something to keep me from talking too much. If they're in a boat though, well, they're not in a whaling boat, so I think it's okay. I think it's just whaling boats they hate. Well, no, he did talk about like a merchant vessel or an explorer or something dealing with a whale. Yeah, some explorers. He seems to not think well of them. Kids and wife at risk of Starbucks not coming home. Oh, why'd it have to be like that? Why you gotta make it like that? Kalevala, I started reading yesterday. I love it. Okay, so this is on the edition I have. It's just called Kalevala, the Epic of the Finnish People, and this was put together in the 19th century. It was a compilation of the like traditional folk tales of Finland. I'm putting quotes around Finland because these are stories that are like older than the modern concept of the country of Finland. And it rules. It is a poetry translation, and the cover that I put on the stream, the Oxford one, is not the one I have. I have the Penguin edition. And I'm no poetry critic or anything. But I really enjoy the rhythm of it. I have found it wonderful so far to read. You started, now you've to finish. But yeah, I just started that yesterday. I've read the first 3 runos. And it's like the finished version of the Eddas. I guess in a way. I guess kind of. I think that's a fair comparison to make. But it's very unique to like the land that they lived in, and there's not a lot of like heroic battle or anything. There's a lot of attention to like natural stuff, and it reads really, really lovely. I would have to like read you some of it to give a good idea of like the really nice bits, but I cannot do that currently. But I don't know, I feel like I immediately feel like I will like read it and then need to reread it. This is one that I picked up for my writing that I've had on my shelf for a while, but I'm finally picking it up now as like writing inspiration kind of thing. And I like it a lot. Maybe I'm sorry, can read it in its entirety and finish with Rap God to celebrate. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's going good. We just had a poetry competition between two dudes, and the one got absolutely stomped and almost died. But he's okay now. He just had to sell his sister to get out of it. Good stuff, great stuff. What else? So many books, so many rereads, and those so little book darts. Yeah, I'm not this is one I'm determined to just like write in, so I don't need book darts for it, which is good. No, he almost died from a poetry contest. Almost. Middlemarch is still wonderful. I still love that. I've gotten to we started to spend time with Lydgate the doctor and learn about him and how he became a doctor and what he hopes to do as a doctor, and how he's dealing with the provincial life in Middlemarch and having sort of, I don't want to say conflicts necessarily, but he's seeing how the people behave and how it's different from what he's used to, and he has to kind of adjust to their ways of life. Yeah, going good. I also read aspects of the novel, which I think I told you guys a bit about when I was reading it, but it's just a short book about writing. Gotta finish poetry competition, you gotta bring your sister's collateral in case someone dabs too hard on you. I mean, that's what happened. Darcy as a kid, remember there was a bit where it noticeably lulled. That was probably intentional, but sure felt anticlimactic. Oh. Fury. I'm gonna have to I have it from the library right now, and I'm gonna have to give it back, I think in less than a week. So, I don't know how far I'm gonna get in the series at the moment. I have not finished Light Eaters, no. I'm still close to the end, but I did not finish it. But it's still great. I still highly recommend it. I highly recommend Light Eaters. It's really cool and good. It will change the way you look at the world around you. 'Cause there's so much about the way plants are that we didn't understand until recently, and that we still don't understand, and like they're capable of so much more than you think. It's about like the different forms of behavior and intelligence and communication that plants are capable of that we didn't really ever give them credit for previously, and the search to understand them better, because our previous models of attempting to do so were highly flawed. And it's still flawed and difficult because we can only try to understand them through the lens of what we understand about ourselves. And there's ways of their functioning that we can't really figure out how to comprehend. Because, like, plants have memory, but because we only know as memory as like a thing that's stored in the brain, we can't really understand how plants are able to store memories. It's really cool. A lot of the plant stuff I've talked about recently is all from this book. So like anything I've brought up about cool plant ideas has been from this recently. There's one I just read about. It's a vine that grows in, I think, Chile. And it can mimic plants around it. It has like a default form that it grows in, but if it grows next to another plant, it will take the form of that plant. It will copy the shape of its leaves and stems and like its arrangement and stuff. And we don't know why or how. We can't figure out how. It's a vine ditto, yeah. Like the cover of your paperback edition from the 70s, which neither sought nor received Le Guin's approval. Cover arts back they were so real for that. She complains about that in the introduction to Earthsea that I read. Does it do it if grown next to foreign plants? Yes, it'll mimic a fake plant. So theoretically, it might be able to see. And we know that some plants can see in some way because they can read the quality of the light that is okay, so if a plant is growing next to a plant that's related to it, it can tell because the way the light filters through the leaves of the plant next to it and then shines on it, it can tell the difference between that. It can tell like the exact quality of that light that has shone through that plant and identify the plant based on that. It's wild. So plants can see, plants can feel, plants have memory. It's so cool. There's so much. I highly recommend the Light Eaters. Will absolutely change your world. But that's one of the ways that plants can identify if they're growing next to like a sibling or a relative, because plants will grow differently next to relatives than they will next to plants of the same species that are not related to them directly. And they behave differently with relatives or not. They can smell. Yes, plants use volatile chemical communication in ways that we do not have the technology to attempt to comprehend. Because plants can synthesize really, really detailed and specific scents and scent components that like we don't have the tools to measure. Specific poisons that cause caterpillars to become cannibalistic. Yes, a lot of plants, well maybe not a lot, but some plants also, their whole thing is if a caterpillar is eating them, they will put off a chemical that summons the predator for that specific caterpillar. Yeah, that's a pretty common strategy, I'm told. Vegetarians crashing out when it turns out plants are more sentient than some animals. They might be. They might be. Or there's a plant, but it roared like an animal and ate people. That sounds pretty cool and creative. Fantasy authors and game designers. It's just sound kind of petty. They can also kind of hear. They can identify the sound of a caterpillar munching. And react appropriately to defend themselves compared to like any other sound that they like don't react to, you know? Day of the Triffids. No, I don't know what that is. But yeah, that's all the things I learned about in the Light Eaters. I highly recommend it. It's very cool. I think that was everything. Mistletoe leaves regrow spiky if they're eaten to ward off predators. It's way beyond anything I expected. Yeah, mistletoe is also a mimic. Mistletoe, they have, every species of mistletoe will only grow on one species of tree, and they will grow to mimic the, leaves of that tree. Eucalyptus tree is smarter than the koala eating it. It could be. It could be, who knows? Book next to Philosophy of Poetry collection. Yeah, I mentioned that one already. I did finish it earlier. I think that was everything. I think that's all the books. Yeah. Did I do a lot of reading? Kind of. Did I also not do a lot of reading? Kind of. Am I behind on a lot of notes and things? Yes. Hands, though. Hands. But we'll get there. Bams Hark, do you have anything to say before we go? What notes am I working on? Oh my god. I'm still not done with Jane. I have to do notes for aspects of the novel. And then I also have to do If on a Winter's Night a Traveler and a little bit of Assassin's Apprentice because I had some marks in there. And I have some short notes to do for gay science to get caught up and read that again. I have that philosophy history book that I read forever ago that I'm still not done with the notes for. And I have some of the Mary Oliver poems that I wasn't able to copy down before I had to take it back to the library, so I'll probably copy those off of an ebook of it when I get around to it, so I have those to do as well. I also have book 3 of Paradise Lost that I read forever ago and still have not gone back and done notes on. So it's fine. Everything's great. I'm doing great. Can Hark say Brando?
Bams Hark says Brando.
Yes. Must be getting dark withdrawals. Actually it's not so bad at the moment. There's enough. There's enough for right now, but yeah, I really do need to finish Jane, especially. Then I can read Wuthering Heights, because that's in the same volume, unfortunately. I regret buying that, by the way. Can Bams Hark say Dio Brando?
Bams Hark says Dia Brando.
Nope. About 15? No, it's more than 15. Like 30, maybe. Between 25 and 30. There were more until I read a chapter of Dorian yesterday. But yeah, it's Purple Burglar Alarm.
Bams Hark says Purple Burglar Alarm.
There you go. There it is. Oh, the schedule, wait. Whoops. Look at that Indy, he's still up there. Can Bams Hark read us the schedule? Maybe. Maybe. Here it is.
Bams Hark says we have Lies of P on Monday, the poll for Tuesday. Bams Hark says no stream on Wednesday. Bam's Hark says cross stitch Thursday, Pacopia Friday. Bam's Hark says and Nitarin. Bam's Hark says then Bam Souls. Bam's Hark says the poll is between Minecraft, Power Wash, and birds watching. Bam's Hark says that's right, no stream. Bam's Hark says roommate did by night rain. Bam's Hark says they will definitely only play it this one time.
Yo, so that's that. That's the next week, and then I realized we actually have 2 more days of marathon after this to end it properly. Oh, it's raining. Cause the end of this week only takes us to 28 days. So for it to be a full 30, we have to go 2 more. Who's the charmer with the velvety voice? You mean?
Bam's Hark says Bam's Hark.
Bam's Hark. Oops. No, I didn't mean that. No, stop. Yeah, Liza P tomorrow, and if you notice the text up there, I'm going to be trying to use an old keyboard to control part of the game with my foot. I was going to be doing that on Saturday with Dark Souls, but of course that didn't happen, so we'll be trying it with Liza P on Monday instead. I'm gonna set it up to attack, I think, with my foot, and see if this will be a viable way to help my hands. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't have a foot pedal, but this is gonna be me determining if I should invest in a foot pedal. So get ready for that. Should be interesting. I'm gonna go now, and I'm not, look, you're not gonna see my dang foot, okay? You don't have to see it. Don't be disappointed in me for trying to improve my health, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go rest my voice some more. It hurts, it's bad. Not good. Tomorrow will also be a short stream. We're not gonna play for very long tomorrow, so. I hope you guys enjoyed Marvellous Media Monthly. I managed to get through it pretty alright with the help of Bam's Hark. And, yeah. Yeah. I hope you all have a good rest of the day or night or whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.